Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. Welcome to a brand new episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave right here on Relationship Entertainment Television, better known as RETV. Y'all ninjas is tripping tonight already. Already. Yo, y'all could have chose to be anywhere, but y'all chose to be right here with us on Relationship Entertainment Television. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all are on Facebook, make sure y'all share this with your family and your friends. If y'all are on YouTube, y'all can do the same thing. Share it with your family and friends. But make sure y'all check out the YouTube page so that way y'all can get notified each and every time a brand new episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave comes on. Matter of fact, I'm trying to pull it up on YouTube myself right now.
Yeah, I
So
need
make
to
sure
do
y'all
that
go ahead and
too.
pull it up on YouTube, and that way you can watch on YouTube. Because we need them YouTube views and all that good stuff. You know, that's how people mess around and get monetized. Uh, but nah, real talk. Y'all go ahead and subscribe to the Relationship Entertainment Television YouTube channel. Hit the bell in the corner so that way you're notified each and every time a brand new episode of Millionaire M.A.N Cave comes on, as well as all the other episodes or shows that actually come on Relationship Entertainment Television. Y'all can also go ahead and hit the subscribe button so that way you know each and every time a brand new episode is actually started. Uh, as always, y'all can also watch via Roku. Those aren't live, but you can actually watch via Roku, but you can also watch live on the re-tv.net website, re-tv.net. Make sure y'all check out Relationship Entertainment Television on online and on the app and all the other stuff, your mobile phones, and download the app, all that good stuff. Y'all know what time it is. Do all that good stuff that I tell y'all about each and every week. But as I always say, I couldn't do this show without the people who's on the screen with me right about now. Appreciate these fellas. We got, man. We got this. This is an interesting group of fellas. I'll just say that we got each and every week on the air. We spit it to y'all straight from our own experiences and everything that's going on. Y'all actually getting a real sneak peek of what goes on behind the closed doors of a man cave. We got a text group that we do. We got the Facebook group that we do. We do a man cave trip about once a year that we do. So we actually have, this ain't just like we just get together every Tuesday and just be shooting shit. We actually, like develop a real bond of brothership, with Millionaire M.A.N Cave. So, well, I appreciate these brothers as always. As always, my brother from another mother, Millionaire Mike, is in the building. What's going on? PP is in the building. AP, right quick, Mike. And
Yeah.
you might not even see it, P, but I know on the screen because I never know who it is, and I just realized last week. There's actually a link on Facebook that says we are streaming live from Facebook. Please accept this link so that way we know who the hell you are when you actually type in the chat. Until you accept that, we never all it says is Facebook user. So I appreciate you saying that it's P though. But what's going on, P? What's going on, Mike? What's good with you?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm chilling. Just ready for another Tuesday night in the cave, son.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up. I see you, Mike. This is, I guess, this is your what, third week inside the crib tonight, or you done gave up going outside, or what?
Yeah, it's raining, or chances of rain, drizzling and stuff out there. I'm good. I'm good
Gotcha.
inside. We'll
Okay.
see when I get back out there. I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. You man, you switch it up. That's all right. Cool beans. Make it do what it do. Make it do what it do. Make it do what it do.
There you
Straight out of
go.
the DMV. Straight out of the DMV. Doing it expeditiously. Mr. PC is in the building. John is in the building tonight.
What's good? What it be like?
What's good, John? With the Washington Commanders on? What's
Chilling,
good with you?
chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm here as always, or most days, trying to be, that person that repping the team that ain't making nowhere near the Super Bowl this year. But that's all
I
right. We
know
good.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think Washington may make some noise in the next couple of years. I
Don't
think
do that. Don't do that.
within the next 2 to 3 years. I ain't a Dallas fan. I ain't about to be like, oh, next year's our year. We going to the Super Bowl. Next year's our year. Then the next year after that, oh shit, next year's our year. I'm getting a tattoo to say Washington 2024. I ain't say all that. I say within the next couple of years, within the next 3 to 5 years, I think Washington's gonna make some noise. I
Okay.
just say
You
3 to
think
5.
so?
The
Even with
last 3 to 5 years, we also said we was gonna make some noise. So
Shit, the last 25 years, we also said we were gonna make
right.
some noise. And
I
Washington,
still
they
love my
did that.
team. I still rep my team. I don't love the W. I don't love it, but whatever, it's all good.
Hey, it could be worse. It could be worse. I've grown to I've grown to accept it. I ain't gonna say like it.
Accept
I've
it.
grown to accept it.
Right.
Exactly.
I think I've grown to like it. I'm good with Commanders. I'm good with the W. I'm even good with the Hog because I love.
I was about to say that the
from the
little Miss Piggy joint looking mascot joint we got.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't like the name of it. I can't even remember what the name is, but I don't like the name of it.
Captain Porky the Pig or some shit like I don't know. Captain Porky or something like that. P probably know what it is. Also straight out of the DMV from the other side of the county. He said, I was giving you all
Major Tootie.
Yeah, Major Tootie. Major Tootie's in the building. What's going on, Major Tootie? No, I'm joking. Donnell's in the building. What's going on, Mr. Reasonable? Doing it expeditiously. What's that? What's the one of them T.I. shirts?
Yeah, that's a college word.
Expeditiously.
Hey, have y'all ever seen T.I. do stand up?
T.I.
No.
Y'all ever see? No, it's the other way around. Yeah. You ever seen? Did you see him do stand up, Donnell?
Nah.
He came here to Charlotte about 2-3 weeks ago, and I ain't see him. But I wonder how he did and if he got any better at what he did. Yeah,
that good?
From the first time, from my understanding, I seen some videos, clips from like the first couple times that he went out, and I guess he was trying to do big arenas, already, and he ain't even from my understanding, he just wasn't it. But anyway, what's good with you, Donnell? What's good with you? Doing it expeditiously tonight.
I'm good. I'm good. Hello, everyone. It's like,
Mr. Reasonable.
Right, is in the building. What's going on? What's So what we talking about tonight? Mike? What we talking about tonight?
Oh man, we're gonna get into some kids' finances. Being a role model for finances for your kids. And then of course, we got the hot topics and everything. Got some crazy stuff going on in the world, man.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff going on. So before we get into hot topics, let's go ahead and do it, Mr. Donnell. Let's go ahead and get into that word to the wise. Word to the wise.
We doing this already.
Already.
Word to the wise. Word to the wise. Ladies. So today's cars come with seat warmers. Hey, if y'all ain't wash your ass when you get in the car, and you got company, do not turn them seat warmers on because there ain't nobody trying to smell your doo-doo in the cuckoo. Your doo-doo in the cuckoo.
Something smell fishy.
Hey, you just had some. Where you pick up some from fast food from? You was eating the Red Lobster. What you talking about? Why your car smell like fish?
Smell like Long John Silver's.
Yeah. Yo, if that place still
Bernie
exists,
Mac said,
do Long John Silver still exist?
I don't know.
In select cities and states. I used to like Long John Silver's.
Bernie Mac called it Badussy.
That's right.
Smelling like blue planes out this jam.
Whoa. That's the waste treatment plant in DC, for those of you who don't know.
Actually, John, yes, they do. They got a couple of them in Virginia, a couple of them in South Carolina. They got like 2 of them here in North Carolina. Other than that, I don't see no other no real location. So yeah,
I saw something on TikTok. I think it was on TikTok where they was talking about how tell me about a business that you know is a front for criminal activity. And they was like Long John Silver's because it ain't never nobody in there. And yet somehow they still exist. Like how they got to be laundering money, right? Like,
man, I used to fool with Long John Silver for real back in the day. The joint up in Forestville, they used to have.
It's still there. It's still there.
Still there? For real? Now they gonna fool with Long John Silver? You shaking your head?
Oh man, that joint be like 15-day-old fish under the hot light. You know
I ate the chicken. I ain't do fish. I did the chicken and the shrimp.
They got chicken and Long John Silver.
Yeah. Some beer batted chicken and Long, man. That jank, man. Y'all. And it was real chicken because when you can break it apart, you can actually see that it was real chicken. It wasn't like
that's
processed meat.
It's chicken at the sea.
Sea
Chicken in the
chickens.
sea.
He eating sea chickens.
Ladies, so
Yeah,
what they
but
pretty much trying to say is don't have your car smelling like old Long John Silver. As Donnell said, fish has been sitting under the heat lamp for the past
That's
20
right.
years. Now your fish sitting on that seat lamp that you sitting on to cut on that damn
ass be all greasy and
Woo!
nasty.
just
Nasty.
nasty. Hey, so look, before we get into these hot topics,
Be like
man.
Ric Flair out this.
Woo! How come your window don't work? How come your window don't work?
Right. What you about to say, Mike? Y'all stupid.
Nah, I did want to bring up the death that was yesterday in Star's death. Y'all heard of Cindy Williams? She used to be on Laverne and Shirley.
Oh yeah.
So I wanted to know, did y'all watch Laverne and Shirley? Because I know I'm a little older, and I did. I used to watch that joke like a mug.
Oh,
But
no,
did y'all
they
watch
Mike,
it?
you like 20 years older than the rest of us. Nah, I really didn't. Nah, I to be honest, I didn't.
Yo,
The John went back in the early '80s when like that and I Love Lucy used to come on. I Dream of Jeannie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All them shows.
I used to watch Laverne and
Laverne and
Shirley. I used
Shirley.
to watch Laverne and Shirley. And then they had a spinoff from it too. It was something else. It was some. They had a spinoff.
Carmine.
I can't remember what it was now, but there was a
I
spinoff
can't
from Laverne and
remember what it was
Shirley.
either. Laverne and Shirley was actually a spinoff from Happy Days. I just found
that
out
was a spinoff
today.
from Happy
right.
Days.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
They used
I
to be
know
the thing.
Laverne
and Shirley.
They used to spin off shows all the time. Like it wasn't nothing. Like
Yeah. I'm trying to
Jeffersons.
think, what was the spinoff?
Jeffersons was a spinoff from All in the Family.
All in
the
That's
Family.
right. That's right.
Right? Man, TV
Yeah.
ain't like it used to be in general though. Like back in, especially when you think about the Jeffersons and All in the Family, they used to call them white honky, and they used to use the N-word. Damn Sanford
Can't
and
do that
Son.
nowadays.
You can't do none of them joints on TVs, but yet you can cuss. You can say everything but motherfucker. Excuse me, that's my one for the day. But you can say everything. You can say everything but that on TV now.
Y'all
Or you
remember-
can't say the N-word.
Y'all remember when that started? It was like in the 90s, and what you call it? Melrose Place and I think it was Melrose Place. They started saying stuff on that joint, and then
Really?
everybody started using it. Like
I
bitch
wasn't watching
and all that.
Melrose. For real?
Yeah.
I thought it came with what's that? The Real World joint when they started having the first reality show, The Real World. When they
because them joints was on cable still.
Gotcha. Well, Real World was MTV. Good.
Yeah, that's
But
cable.
Yeah, that's cable. So that's cable.
But that didn't count. That didn't count though, because they never said the N-word on the Real World. Like, I mean, what they did was that was the first show that people fought. Like, you would actually get people hitting each other on the show. That was the first time that ever happened on TV.
Wow. Like Jerry Springer fighting?
Yeah, them Bamas was they was fighting. Jerry Springer fights, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I gotta ask my wife. She said she been to Jerry Springer. She went, sit in the audience a time or two. They shot that up in Chicago. She from Milwaukee. But I thought them joints was fake. The Real World joints was real.
Was real. Them people was like they put alcohol and young kids in the same place together, and they watched them have sex and hit each other.
Yep.
And get alcoholism. Like that was what those shows was about. Like I remember the last time I watched, I know we ain't talking about Real World, but do y'all remember the dude in New Orleans who sang that song? He was like, "Come on, be my lady tonight." It was you gotta that shit is like
he was on the Real World.
The song was an earworm because it was like he was not a good singer, but somehow he finagled his way into like singing this song over and over again. It was horrible because it was like basically he took the song "Luck Be a Lady Tonight" and he like turned it into this. It was a black dude, and he was like, I can't do it. I'm not gonna sing, but it was a horrible song. So I think that was the last time I ever watched Real World. But before that, I remember Hawaii Like they had the girl Ruthie on Hawaii. That girl was
I
a
remember
straight
Ruthie.
alcoholic.
Yes, I remember Ruthie. Yes,
Oh.
I do remember Ruthie.
See,
I remember
I've
she
never
used to
been
get
into
naked and
real
like
world.
walk around naked. Like she was like a
What?
straight alcoholic. It was crazy.
Now
Sure,
Mike
sure.
gotta go back and watch. Now Mike go like, let me go
Yeah.
find my DVR. Let's see if I can go find some episodes. What was her name again? What season she was on? Ruthie.
That was crazy.
Yeah, man. I never got into reality TV like that. I still don't. You know,
Yeah, because it
not
ain't so
a
much
whole lot.
reality no more. Truth be told, a lot of it ain't reality no more. It's
That's
just
true.
all, you know, it's all like scripted
Who?
stuff. Who what?
Karamo.
Karama. Yeah, Karama. He actually got a TV show now.
Yeah,
Karama
TV
got a
show.
TV show. Yeah, he got a. It come on one of these channels. Yeah.
Yo, all I can
Karama
say is that
one of
them
the world,
Bamas, I bet ain't none of them Bamas who was on them shows got no careers. Like some of them
Actually,
still
yeah. So
no,
Heather
that don't
B,
count.
who was
That
actually
don't
on,
count.
she don't. Okay, how she don't count? She got a career
because her career is what? Her
Karamo got a
career. What
career.
is her career? What is her career?
She first of all she rapped, but now she on Sirius XM as a
disc jockey.
and she got 2 shows on Sirius XM.
Okay,
and she got a book out, and she got some other Heather B out there doing it.
First off, anybody can write a book. Okay,
That's
the Miz
facts.
don't count either. He's he do fake. He do wrestling. That's fake. Like so, all they did was go from one fake medium to another.
Oh,
like,
okay. I see what you're saying.
I'm talking about real jobs. I ain't talking about these fake. I'm talking about. I mean, they making money. They making money. I ain't gonna like. I'm not gonna put. Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather make. I make have to be your Karamo money.
And what's the other dude? He became a writer. He wrote like a book about. He became a He did become a writer. There was a one dude in that season with Heather B, and I think he got kicked off the show or something like that because he pulled the covers off. What's her name?
I don't remember that.
That was like New York. That was like the first year.
No, I don't remember that.
Like that was a big deal that he pulled the covers off of her and she had on her underwear. Like, and so he got kicked off the show, like in the first New York season.
Damn.
John was into that joint for real.
Yo, when it first started, I was in it hard. I was on it hard for sure. Like I used to watch it. I was like, yo, I want to be on Real World. And then I found out how unreal Real World was. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, man. Hey, y'all heard about Michael Jackson there's a movie going to come out about Michael Jackson. And his nephew is going to play him.
I did hear that, but whose kid is he? Whose kid is he?
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Jermaine kid looks just like Michael.
Do they? You know, again, I've never been a straight Michael Jackson fan. I like Michael Jackson, but I was never a Michael Jackson fan.
So you're not a straight Michael Jackson fan. What does that mean? What kind of Michael Jackson?
I just want to know.
John been waiting for that. Y'all mess with John so much. John like, yo. As soon as I get an opportunity.
Yo, that's true. Who asking for another MJ anything, right?
I know.
Let that man be. You know what I'm saying?
Though. The world loved MJ. So they gonna ride it till it dies because he's already dead. They're gonna ride it till they can't ride it no more.
I get the fact that I love MJ. Matter of fact, the This Is It joint. That guy. The This Is It joint. Y'all ever seen the This Is It movie that they did when he right when he died? Yo, no. When I saw that joint, I was like, yeah, I went to that concert for real. But at the same time, I get it. You know, when it comes to who trying to do all these daggone biopics and so like anybody heard anything about that Whitney Houston joint that came out? That was only.
I want to watch it. I want to see it, but
it was only in theaters. Why? Why do you want to watch it?
Did y'all like Moonwalker?
Yo, I love Moonwalker.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out who Annie was. Annie, are you okay?
You never saw Moonwalker?
Nah.
What? Yo.
I saw Thriller.
Damn. I mean,
Yeah, don't nobody know where Annie is though.
like
Annie,
Annie, Annie, are you okay?
Maybe she
Somebody,
is.
you want to see the
We
Whitney
get
Houston
back
for real?
a smooth.
Do I want to what?
You want to see the Whitney Houston drink for real?
Yeah, I do. I do. It look the trailer made it look good.
Is this the one that
Mm.
they talk about her being gay in that one?
I have
I
no
don't
clue.
know.
Man, there's so many daggone Whitney.
It's the last one.
Right.
That's all I know.
Exactly, Donna. There's
I
so
just
many
don't-
joints.
I think they should let the whole Michael
Like I
Jackson
hated that
thing
they
go.
did like two Aretha Franklin movies. And I'm not saying, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like they did them like back to back.
Yeah, one with Jennifer Hudson and the other one was like somebody else.
Yeah.
I saw the one with Jennifer Hudson.
Well, you know, Jennifer Hudson was like, "No, I need to do Aretha."
Well, according to Jennifer, Aretha commissioned her to do the Aretha joint.
I'm sure, like she can do it. I mean, you know, Jennifer Hudson be out there yelling the whole time.
Ain't nobody, man. Yeah. Ain't nobody asked Michael Jackson ain't asked nobody to do his drink, and Whitney ain't asked nobody to do her drink. So they need to let the two of them lie where they lay.
Right.
I'm tired of seeing.
I would probably say the best biopic of all time, hands down, is probably Ray.
Ray.
Yeah.
But
Ray
you think
was a
between
beast.
Ray and Malcolm X drink?
Malcolm X.
Yeah, but like, you know, Malcolm X started like when he was a pimp.
Right.
You had to.
Ray started when he went
You know what I'm
blind.
saying? Ray started when he was a young boy.
Right.
I like both of them. I still say because Denzel did a hell of a job as Malcolm X. Denzel did a hell of a job as
Malcolm X. So did Jamie. Jamie played the hell out of
Jamie killed the Ray joint. Yeah.
Yeah. They said he had glued his eyes shut to really
I ain't doing all that, dog.
Yeah, to really be able to experience and get into his character, they glued his eyes shut while he was on set, of course.
That would freak me out. You ever had what's that, sleep paralysis? Y'all ever had sleep paralysis before?
No, but I had pink eye before.
They say if you fart on your pillow, you get pink eye.
I ain't fart on my pillow. I got it from my kids. I got pink eye from my kids. Okay, so I don't know about no farting on the pillow, but
like Daddy, why your eye crusted up?
I definitely felt like Ray when I was out there with my pink eye. I was like, I can't see nothing.
Talking about
what's the name?
Talking about sleep paralysis, and John said I had pink eye.
Y'all never had sleep paralysis before?
No, I ain't never had that before. That sounds dangerous.
It is. Y'all ain't never. So you ain't never had the drink where you taking a nap. We were early right before the show. We were talking about falling asleep on the couch. You ever been like taking a nap and then you try to wake up but you can't wake up? Like your mind is awake and you like, okay, I'm awake, but you can't open your eyes.
That sounds like a movie.
It's scary as hell. It need to be a damn movie. It's scary as hell.
That's a sunken place. You're in a sunken place.
That's what you want to call it. Sleep paralysis ain't no joke. With the who?
You know what I'm talking about.
What's that?
What's the lady name that played Catwoman?
Halle Berry.
Eartha Kitt.
Halle Berry can't play Catwoman too.
Or Zoe
Saldana.
No.
Kate Beckinsale. Kate something. One of them Kate.
The white lady? It's the white lady?
One of them Kate, right? One of the Kate.
I think John's right. I think John's right.
Kate somebody.
You said Catwoman?
Yeah. I thought not Zoe Saldana. She ain't never played Catwoman.
Yeah, but, Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. She was good as Catwoman. I go with that Catwoman.
All I remember is I remember Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. She was a bad Catwoman. That was horrible.
She played the actual movie Catwoman.
That movie was horrible.
Maybe she didn't play Catwoman. I feel like I remember her. Maybe she was in Batman and played Catwoman.
She had to be. Because the only Catwoman was Halle Berry.
It was Kate somebody played
right,
Catwoman
that's something
in
like
one of the movies.
That sounds right. Kate Beckinsale or whatever.
I don't know. Kate.
Oh,
Katie Holmes. Katie.
Well, you can't find it down there.
Holmes.
No, I
Katie
don't know,
Holmes
man.
just got kicked off for Good Morning America. Her and No, that was T.J. Holmes. That's Katie Pierce.
Yo,
No,
we
I don't know.
all over the
Y'all-
place. We can't get.
Ty,
yeah.
you about as bad as Pink Eye.
Hey.
Okay, so on to the next topic, man, and this is a serious one. So I want to bring it back. What's up?
I gotta
with,
stop laughing first, Mike. I gotta stop laughing first. My bad. Go ahead.
Nah, Tyree Nichols, man, that dude, and the cops, the internet, Black Twitter, as I call it, has uncovered some connection with one of the cops and Tyree Nichols.
That's wild. So supposedly Tyree Nichols
So
worked,
I don't
and
know if it's true.
I don't know if it's true or not, but yeah, supposedly Tyree Nichols worked at FedEx, and the cop's ex-girlfriend or the cop's girlfriend or whoever it was,
who was his baby's mom.
Yo,
baby mom, worked at FedEx.
Me and my wife was because I didn't want to watch the video, right?
I haven't watched
it. So I finally watched it on Sunday. And I watched just the camera video from the street. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I didn't watch any of the
badge footage or whatever.
I ain't watched none of that.
Body footage.
But because I didn't want to hear the sounds of it, right? The other footage was just all picture, no audio. So anyway,
is that what made you change your mind?
Change my mind?
Is that what made you change? Because you said initially you didn't want to watch it.
Well, I didn't want to watch it at all, but I felt like at some point I needed to see what happened. Like I could hear people talking about it, but I needed to at least see it. And being able to watch it from a distance helped as opposed to like watching up close, honestly.
Okay.
But at the same time, I found myself, I was talking to my wife, I was like, yo, this kid ain't never, all he did was he's a skateboarder. Right? Like he worked at FedEx, he was a skateboarder, like he ain't had no record, like there was no reason for him to be beaten up like that, like targeted like that, for sure. And so I was like, yo, something else had to be going on in this situation. And I was like, maybe he was dating one of the police officers' sisters or something. Like I was like, something is going on. Like so I told my wife, I was like, something else had to be going on for him to get treated so badly by these police officers. And I'm like, maybe not, but like I felt like something else had to be going on. So
I'm just disappointed for the fact that, well, I mean, I won any cops, but the fact that they was 5 brothers for that matter,
right?
That did it. But yeah, supposedly, so Mike was saying a minute ago, there's been some stuff that came out saying that they both worked at FedEx. He worked at FedEx. The cop's wife or girlfriend or whoever it was worked at FedEx, and they had been, and Tyree and the chick had some dealings, and so the cop wanted his get back.
So yeah, I'm waiting to find out if that's true, but that's what was uncovered earlier today.
Because the kid ain't had no record.
So no. But is it true that was the situation though?
I don't know, but Tyree,
as far as the working at FedEx,
yeah.
And he was and he was sleeping with old boy's girl or baby mother or whoever.
I mean, I don't know. I never believe anything until I hear it from a credible news source. But I put it out there because somebody uncovered something. You know what I'm saying?
If that was the case, I think that is so asinine. Like, I mean, I hope that wasn't the case, but that is so asinine that you will put your life, your career, and all that stuff on the line because your girl or ex-girl or whatever the case was is sleeping with somebody else.
Exactly.
And you want to flex your power and authority as a police officer to get back. Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get that dude. Like, come on now. Like, for real.
Yeah. So, like Ty said, it happened to be 5, black dudes, and they were immediately arrested and fired and all that. Unlike countless other police officers who they did not let go of, they just suspended, pending investigation. And nothing ever happened, and so forth and so on, until George Floyd case, of course. So, Ben Crump, I don't know if y'all saw one of his interviews recently. he was trying his best not to jump out there and be like y'all railroading the black cops because he's representing Tyree Nichols' family. But
Right.
He pretty much said, he was like, so I want this now to be the blueprint going forward that you guys immediately arrest no matter what color they are.
So supposedly there's a new mayor or new mayor or somebody like that in that town in Tennessee, and they had before any of this happened, vowed to, I guess, turn around the police system there, and so I guess this is their first big opportunity to do so. But then at the same time, there was like the I don't want to say the chief of police, but like the sergeant or like 3 other people got arrested. I mean, not arrested, but 3 other people got fired too. And they wondering why it's one white dude that still ain't he been relieved of his duties with pay, but he ain't been arrested, he ain't been fired, whatever the case. He was
If
an
you ain't
EMT
seen
or
the
something.
video though, if you ever seen the video, like literally the police officers who were there were kicking him. They were holding his arms and punching him.
Wow.
That's
So,
crazy.
like, I don't know. I can tell you for sure, but I saw that the police officers who were there, they looked black. Now, it was a little bit further away. Okay, so I don't know about this white police officer, but I will tell you
I think he was like EMT or something.
Yeah, and they didn't do nothing. Now, I don't know if they didn't do nothing because they were told by the police officers to like not do anything or hold off or whatever, but that joint was crazy.
That's the I don't know. It disturbs me. That whole situation just disturbs me, and I don't know.
I'm trying to keep up with it. Like I said, I haven't watched the video yet. I don't know if I will. I might, by the time they go to court. But
I will say I just need people to have the same energy across the board because wrong is wrong. However you look at it, I don't care if you black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, anything else in between. Wrong is wrong. Have the same energy across the board for these black officers that you have for the white officers. I don't, all that just that's because it's just wrong. Like once people get cowardly, once they get a little bit of power behind their name or behind the vest or whatever, and all of a sudden they want to poke their chest out and act like that's type of stuff just aggravates the crap out of me. That's just
some people take titles too far. That's more than just police officers with that type of power. I'm talking about like your regular citizen, your regular folk who try to get a position or some sort of status, and they think that they the shit because they have these statuses.
Anybody working a 9-to-5 job got a manager that's acting like an asshole at some point in time.
It is what it crazy, man. But look, okay. Let's come back off of that though. We got to talk some football. I know we always we try to kick it back a little bit, but we coming up on a Super Bowl now, and that's like the most watched program, when it comes around. So everybody's watching the Super Bowl. So we got to talk about it.
So Mike,
how y'all feel about how that's set up?
Did your picks come true, Mike?
Kansas City and 49ers were my pick. So the 49ers went through like 50 quarterbacks this season. And they ended up not making it. They made it to the NFC Championship against the Eagles and lost their fourth quarterback during the game. And so Kansas City is still the only team. I mean, I still have Kansas City in the Super Bowl, so at least one of my teams was there from the beginning of the year.
Any of my picks came true. I don't think my picks came true. I don't even remember who the hell I said. I think I did say 49ers, and I think I said 49ers and I don't know. I ain't say. Well, I might have said Buffalo or something. I don't know. So I know.
I think you might have said Buffalo.
I think. I don't. Yeah. So none of my picks. I don't know. Donnell's shaking his head. So I guess your picks.
Yeah. What'd you pick, Donnell?
I think I said between Buffalo and Cincinnati was going to win it all.
Okay. Both of them went down.
I think I said Dallas. They still going to win it.
Hey, You know, all you doing is
It's their
summoning
year.
Kingdom Chef.
It's
All
their
you doing
year.
is summoning. All you doing is summoning Kingdom Chef because you know he gonna jump in there somewhere like he's been every week before the daggone Cowboys lost in the playoffs. I talk about the Cowboys. No, Ninja, we ain't talking about the Cowboys. And now all of a sudden you notice he ain't made a comment in the past 2 to 3 weeks on the show. Hey, somebody tell Kingdom Chef join in Millionaire Man Cave right quick. We got some questions to ask.
They are on their way to the show.
Just not this year.
Not this show, not this year. They need to go ahead and get rid of their quarterback because if Purdy is outplaying their quarterback,
yeah, man. Dak is a new Tony Romo. That's all he is. That's all he is.
I wonder if they're gonna wind up. I wonder if they're gonna keep Dak. I wonder if they're gonna keep Dak around.
I don't know.
No,
I think he got that contract. He got a hefty contract last year.
Excuse me.
Wasn't it last year?
What other options they got? Who their backup quarterback? Ain't it Andy Dalton? Is Andy Dalton still their backup quarterback?
No. It was the dude. It was the dude who carried them while Dak was out this year. I can't remember his name. But he did.
Yeah, they did have a Who was it?
Yeah,
he beat Washington, didn't he? The little backup quarterback beat Washington.
I don't know.
Cooper Rush. Thank you, Pete.
Cooper Rush. There you go.
P be on it. Thank you. Cooper Rush. Because I don't nobody give a damn about Dallas. I'm surprised with and P knows football, so we know P know. Cooper Rush. Don't nobody
So he did all right. Cooper did all right while Dak was out. So I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But I know they paid him a whole lot of money. That's all I know.
I think it's going to be a decent Super Bowl, though. I will say I think it's going to be a decent Super Bowl. I know, and at this point in time, so if we asking for picks, I don't know if you're asking for picks or not, Mike, but I'm going to give you mine any damn way. I'm going to say it's Philly. I'm going to say Philly got Kansas City number. Philly played a different type of game. I will say, all right, 49ers had a lot of injuries, but Philly played a different type of game the other day, Sunday. They came out there like they really wanted to win that game.
Okay. So you want to bet against Mahomes, the backyard quarterback?
Going against BYB. I'm going Philly. I'm going Philly. Okay, Donnell got the stank face over there.
I'm going KC, baby.
KC. All right.
John. I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to pull another Alabama.
But Mahomes got that bad leg though.
He was still dishing it. He was still doing his thing.
He looked a little stiff in the last game though. Like he was running off the field a little weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He had a little hobble to him, but he's got 2 weeks to shake that now. He's got the week off. So I'm going with Kansas City.
I think the week will give him. I think the week will give him some time.
I'm going with Philly. and I don't.
John, that's because you ain't got no choice.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
John ain't got no choice. His wife probably standing there with a knife in her hand. Talking about he better go with Philly. John in one of them house divided situations. He got 2 teams in the NFC East.
Right.
Yeah. I'm glad my wife is not in the NFC East. She's still in the NFC, but not the East.
How she take that loss with the Niners?
It was rough, man. Because she was thinking that Philly was going to, be the better team that, Sunday, but for it to go down the way it did was hard.
Gotcha.
Because the defense was catching penalty after penalty, and then like I said, the 4th string quarterback went out, and then they had to bring Brock back in. And
I think they said if Brock couldn't have came back in,
Christian McCaffrey would have had to been their quarterback, and then after him, I forgot it's another dude on the team that played quarterback in high school that would have been their next up in line. Like
How bad can your luck
That's
be?
not crazy, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I tell you, I felt
that
bad
was
for
wild.
Johnson though. I felt bad for him.
He
Jeff
stopped
Johnson
that,
been
dude.
on like 19 teams. He been in San Francisco like
Josh.
4 times.
Yeah,
Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson.
Josh
You know what the
Johnson.
hell I meant.
I mean,
Josh Johnson.
but he spent the whole weeks leading up to the game, pretending he was whatchamacallit from the other team, the coach.
Oh, Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
He on the practice squad. He was on that, you know. He on that scrimmage squad. We run scrimmage against the.
I mean,
against these
dude was
dudes.
literally out there like he was right before he hiked the ball. He was still looking at the plays on his own. He was like, "What am I doing here?" Like,
You had to have. Hey, when you the backup to the backup, the backup, the backup, you probably have no expectations of ever getting into the game.
all he do is collect his check and be like, "I made it.
I'm still here, Mom. I'm still here.
But he's had a hell of a career though. The dude spent like 13 years in the NFL so far, and ain't never been like a real starter.
Yo, that's amazing. That's amazing.
I think he started like one game.
That's
out
the job
of
I
13
want
years.
right there. That's the job I want. I want to be I want to be the 4th string quarterback where all I gotta do is learn. I gotta learn the other team plays.
Donnell shaking his head. So Donnell, you wouldn't take that deal?
You know, I gotta hang my knees up.
That's right. That's right.
But you wouldn't even have to worry about it.
Donnell can't even be the mascot right now. He can't even be the mascot.
Yeah, because they jump around. Jump around. Ain't none of that going on Donnell's house.
I couldn't even be a fan unless I'm sitting in the front row.
Right.
Yeah, but up and down. Man. Yeah. Just stand in the back. Donnell stand in the back. You be good. You be all right.
Donnell, you need to get you a handicap.
No, he need to sit in the handicap section in the back. He can't even stand up in the back.
So why?
Right.
So why? When I went to the doctor yesterday, I inquired. So I'm supposed to get some paperwork to go to the MVA and get one.
I don't blame you.
Hey, look.
Let me go ahead and get a copy of that joint when you get down.
I went to I went to Lowe's one day and I had my crutch with me. My back started hurt. I said, ain't no way I'm walking all the way. You know what I'm saying? And I hadn't even made it inside the store yet. You know what I'm saying? So Lowe's is like a warehouse. I'm getting one of these.
You ain't getting a little buggy joint?
I did at Sam's Club. I did.
Yeah, and it's funny because my wife, when she had surgery on her ankle a couple years back, she refused to ride in that joint. She got one time because she was like, I ain't. Oh, this is so embarrassing, dog. Somebody, if y'all ever see Donnell riding around Sam's Club in the buggy, somebody please take a picture and send it in so we can go ahead and post that joint.
We're gonna take selfies.
Meet.
You taking a picture with a real one.
Hey, look. So Donnell, you said you was putting in the paperwork and stuff. Is that for the plate or is that for a hang up tag?
So it's for the so there's I feel like Maryland does it where you get the placard. You can get it for I think it's like 90 days to 6 months, and then they have the permanent one. I don't know that you do the plate anymore. The placard, if it's permanent, the placard would say permanent on the placard.
Oh, the placard is what hangs on there.
Yeah, the placard is transferable.
From car to car.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because my mom has that. She has one, but I don't know if hers is permanent or not. I'm assuming it is because she never talks about having to re-up.
Hey, let me know if you're selling one of them drinks. Hey, see if you can get an extra copy of them drinks. Let me
Yo, because honestly, it'd be way too many empty handicap spaces at places.
Right.
I'd be mad. I'd be like, yo.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not saying the handicap people don't exist and they don't need spaces, but it'd be a whole lot of them.
Do y'all need the whole first 5 rows? No, you don't.
Why does Walmart have 85 handicap parking spaces? I don't think.
Hey, they get used during Christmas.
That's about it. That's about
That's
it.
about
They
it.
used by people who don't, and by people who don't even need them. Real talk.
Hey, look, but why y'all messing around? Do y'all do the online shopping where you go to pick it up at the store?
I've done that
Like
before.
the curbside pickup. That's what I'm
I've
thinking.
done it a couple times. I've done it at Best Buy. I've done it at Best Buy.
So I do it all the time. That's all we do for Walmart. We don't even go to Walmart anymore. But what I find that it burns me up is somebody be parked in one of the curbside pickup and they gone. They in the store just taking up the space for the curbside pickup. That joke burns me up.
The reason why I don't do it that much is that I don't like nobody else shopping for me.
Do it that much.
I mean, I've done it before, but I don't like nobody else shopping for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people bringing out because first off, I don't know how y'all feel about this, but my wife thinks it's hilarious. I never will pick up the first thing on the shelf. Okay.
Well, like the first thing like on the first thing, you got to go back and get it.
I got to go back in the back to get because the first one on the shelf has been dropped. It's been used.
It's been touched over.
It's been touched over. So I reach back in the back to get what I want. Like
John,
usually stuff further in the back got longer expiration dates too. That's because they put it to the back so that way the old stuff can use up first.
Right.
John like his groceries like I like my women.
Used up. He like them new. He like them old. You got a long shelf life. Long shelf life.
Long right.
Not touched too much.
Untouched.
Yep.
Not dropped.
Not dropped. Not overly used.
Still got that brand new smell.
Not overly handled. Like
she could turn on her seat warmer, huh?
John said, if the can is dented and it's the last one, I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
You've been overly handled. I don't want nobody to be overly handled. That's right.
I'm like John. No, I can't. Like it's hard for me. Like the most I do online shopping I do. Like my wife, she does a lot of online grocery shopping, but the most I do is daggone Amazon. But other because I gotta like when I go in the stores, I gotta touch and feel and see what it is. And plus, I like going in there. I'll get stuff that they don't have online. Like I ain't gonna lie. I went to the grocery store today to pick up literally about 4 things. I came out with like a whole basket of stuff because they had stuff that you just don't see online. So that's how they get you. I know. That's how they get you. I know, Donnell.
I like to shop like I like my women.
You like the ones that's not online.
He like the test drive.
Like to go in and touch and feel.
Let me see what's going on.
You like to feel it.
Hey, let me pull the toilet tissue roll and see.
You want to blow? You want to blow on it a little bit? You want?
Donnell, one of them dudes that get kicked out the strip club.
Sir, we told you
for handling the merchandise. Yeah,
dust it off a little bit. I gotta make sure it's,
Get your money's worth. I got you, Donnell. Get your money's worth. Hey, let's go to this
Donnell
commercial.
Come home.
Donnell get too touchy, but Donnell get too touchy Philly over there.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
to Millionaire M.A.N, only on Relationship Entertainment Television, Tuesdays at 8 p.m.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another brand new episode of Relationship Entertainment Television by Millionaire M.A.N, which is on Relationship Entertainment Television. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all could have chose to be anywhere, but y'all chose to be right here with us on Relationship Entertainment Television, Millionaire M.A.N style, Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Exactly. Big up, Donnell. Big up. He over there drinking. Hey, Donnell gonna talk about me and drinking my Angry Orchards, but he over there. You can't even see the drink. Oh man, I can't even talk about the man. Simply Spark drinks. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Them drinks are alright though. Them simply spiked lemonade drinks is decent.
I'm at home,
hey,
with the fellas.
I don't give a damn who I'm with. I'm gonna drink what I'm gonna drink unless y'all paying for it. How about that?
That part.
How about that? I'm gonna drink what the hell I want to drink unless you paying for it.
Can I just say one thing that's not related to Angry Orchard or any drink? I just saw. I didn't realize that Jermaine Jackson's son name is Jafar.
What, Jafar Jackson?
Yeah, his name is Jafar.
Like Jafar, like
I
can't remember what Disney movie.
Like Lion King.
Yeah, like Lion King. Jafar.
Jafar.
Interesting.
Okay, that's the one who playing Michael is Jafar.
Jafar.
Again, I'm still with Pete. Who asked for another Michael Jackson biopic? I don't recall anybody asking for it. Exactly.
Need it.
Exactly. Hey, what topic we talk about tonight, Mike?
Talk about kids and finances. So here's the deal. We all four of us have kids. And
can't prove that.
I want to
know. Them mofos is mine.
I plead the fifth.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And we have multiple children.
True.
Everybody.
Again, you can't prove it. No.
So with kids and finances, what I want to know, and I want to get everybody to chime in, is how are we modeling our financial aptitude? There's a college word.
Damn.
Our financial aptitude with our children. We model everything else, but are we modeling good financial
responsibility?
I don't know.
I gotta think about that.
There you go. That's the best word.
We gotta dumb it down.
I will tell you this. I'll start. My hope is that my kids are watching and understand that you can get things that are of interest to you. You know what I'm saying? You can buy things that you enjoy, that you love, that you get some enjoyment out of, but understand that you don't have to live this extravagant life, right? Like,
okay.
I personally, this is my personal opinion as someone who's not like into, spending lots of money on shoes and clothes and stuff like that. Like, I feel like what your kids see is what they emulate.
Mm-hmm.
So my kids don't like understand labels. Like, labels don't matter to them because they don't spend a lot of time around people who are worried about labels, right? Like, I believe kids who become with sneakerheads or whatever have someone in their life who was a sneakerhead.
John, let me ask you this though, because I'll speak for my own personal. I can't speak for anybody who's a sneakerhead because I'm not. But I felt like labels and stuff didn't become something for me until I got around my peers, and they were the ones who were like, "Yo, did you get the brand new? Did you get, or you wearing?" Versus, I don't necessarily believe because my parents weren't label heads either. And I'm not a label head either, but that's when I started to learn more so about labels when I got around my peers more so than my parents.
So you learned about them, but it didn't make you a label head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you learned about them, you realized that it was a thing, but what you did was you took the image, not the image, but you like you took the lead from your parents. You know what I'm saying? You saw how your parents lived. You understood like the things that were important to them. You understood, and I could be mistaken, but that's what it is for me. Like, so it was never about that for me, and so I am trying to raise my kids to be that same way. Now, do I love all of the choices that they want to make in terms of their clothing? Nope. But I also don't believe, I got little kids, so we got a little bit of, what I'm saying, we change that a little bit for them, but I also don't necessarily believe that I ever want them to be so worried about X, Y, and Z. The shoes they have on their feet, the clothes they have on their back. As long as they don't have no holes in them, as long as they're not dirty, like that's the most important to me.
Okay. So like my parents, my mom specifically, but my dad was right along with it. My mom was buy the cheapest thing possible to get the job done. So if you needed some pants, whatever was the cheapest thing that got me some pants, that's what she did. Shirts,
Don't mind
shoes.
sound like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Sure, it was not nice. And from the theme song. Or no, not the theme song.
Oh, not Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You talking about parents just don't understand.
Parents just don't understand. Yeah. So that's pretty much what it was. And when I got older, okay. So when I got in high school and got a job, my thing was, all right, my mom is putting forth so much money towards my wardrobe or towards a pair of pants. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add and get what I want. Got in that store and my mother said, "Now you got a job. You buying it yourself." So now I still couldn't afford what I wanted.
So now he's buying the cheapest thing to get the job done possible.
Exactly. So now, getting out of college and getting a real job, I got my wardrobe where I wanted to be. So I'm still not a label head, but what I am, I don't steer toward trends. I steer towards staples. So like I don't like to spend a lot of money on something that's trendy that I won't be wearing next year. I like to spend it on staples that I'm going to wear for 5 years. And so that's kind of what my mom, or my parents modeled. What they modeled, that's how it affected me. So, what about you, Ty, Donnell?
So
I was gonna lean back and forth with Donnell. No.
So luckily enough, elementary school and middle school, I wore a uniform.
Okay.
By the time I got to high school, because I say this, while I wore a uniform, like I didn't wear J's. You know what I'm saying? I might have had like a pair of Huaraches or something like that, or I don't know. Back when I was elementary school, it wasn't nothing for my parents to buy me like the knockoff Jordans. So by the time I got to high school, I was I think by the time I got to high school, you know what I'm saying, like we ended up having to hook up at Woody's. So, I wore like, labels, a lot of like fresh t-shirts, and you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like how I had my wardrobe going. Now, in terms of like shoes, again, I won't say I had a ton of shoes, but I had enough to keep in rotation where like the one pair didn't like look jacked up. You know what I'm saying? So the perception was I was always, my feet was always fresh.
Okay.
Now, growing up, like my parents, they weren't, my father wasn't by far, my parents are country. They wouldn't no sneakerheads. They wouldn't no labels, like none of that. However, you know what I'm saying? I think I agree with Ty. Like I became a sneakerhead And I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't my parents' influence. I became a sneakerhead. I won't lie and say that, you know what I'm saying, when the Jordans did come out or when the Hardaways did come out, that I didn't want them, because I did. It's just that when I became an adult, anything that, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't afford when I was a kid, I overcompensated and did for myself.
At least you recognize that, though, because most people don't recognize it. They just be like, I get what I want because I want what I want it, and I got the money to get it. So kiss my ass about anything else about it. I mean, like I said, personally, labels for me didn't become a thing, you know, until I got around my classmates, until I got around my peers. My peers was the ones who, you know, back in the day was like, yo, y'all see the new starter jacket that just came out? Oh man, I gotta get me one of them, which made me go, oh shoot, I seen a commercial now. I gotta get me one too, because my peers had to drink. Exactly, starter. Because my peers had to drink. So other than that, like my parents, like Donna said, my parents weren't label heads. I wasn't gonna say that they got me they got me just to get by, but you know, they bought me stuff. I'll say this. What I did pick up from them, my parents specifically, is when it come to clothes, go for comfort over anything else.
Okay.
Yes, comfort, Donnell. So, in a lot of cases, like them joints you sent us the other week, them shoes you sent us, you say you bought them old man Chucks for because they was comfortable. Them black joints, and obviously the regular people, I forgot the name of the joints you called them now.
On Clouds.
On Clouds, yeah.
On Clouds,
I seen a racket here on Clouds, and I see racket people wearing them joints now too. But they comfortable. I mean, I ain't got none, but you said they comfortable. So my parents always taught me, when you buy stuff, make sure you buy stuff that you know you comfortable in. So my wife make fun of me to this day because I stay comfortable in a t-shirt and some daggone sweatpants. So she be like, "You don't never like dressing up?" Nope, I like to be comfortable. When you go to church, the first thing you do is take off your clothes so you get home, right? Because I want to be comfortable.
Yeah, who want to sit around church clothes all day? I don't understand.
Right. John,
I work clothes all day.
You a lie. My work clothes is what you see me in right now for the past since 2019, since COVID.
I wish, but I tell you, I come home and strip, and we like this. So you talk about, like, you know, your kids and model and stuff. Like, that's one thing that I do that I won't not do it because I am fine doing it. But me and my boys come home stripped down, like like our comfort wear is pajamas. You know what I'm saying? Like, we come home in pajamas.
Gotcha.
Like,
yeah.
Do they wear uniforms?
They do. They wear uniforms to school, and I dress up for work. So when we come in the house, everybody stripped down. My wife don't get it, but I'm like, look, what I need to wear a shirt for? Let me put on a t-shirt. We be good. Hoodie.
Now let me ask you this, John. This one's just for you. Do you like, say you got to run out to the store? Do you just keep your pajamas on and run to the store?
Nah, I put on.
Or do you get dressed?
I put on some jeans. I put on some jeans to go to the store.
Okay. I was just wondering because you see a lot of people doing that. They in the store in their pajamas.
I can't do that. But so if you haven't noticed by now, 90% of the things that I wear on the podcast, hoodie. Okay, it's always a hoodie. Me and my boys, we rock hoodies like it is our uniform.
Okay.
So hoodies and Crocs, you can guarantee if you see us going out and we just being comfortable, it's hoodies and Crocs.
Gotcha. Comfort. Okay. I'm telling you, comfort. And I do the same thing with my kids. I don't let my kids know, look, y'all, if y'all want to buy labels, that's on y'all and that's y'all's money. You know, I help contribute to it, you know, financially. But I've never been a big label head, you know, outside of, you know, wearing stuff for comfort. And it just so happens, like, I like Nikes, and Nikes are comfortable with me.
Don't y'all sound like some married men?
Honestly,
and I am.
If I wasn't married, I'd still be wearing hoodies. I'd be rocking hoodies all the time. And maybe I'd be single. I don't know, but.
Well.
Accept that man for who he is.
Yeah. So 80% of children, according to American Psychological Association, I did get a lot of this information because I didn't just come up with it. I got it from a website, and it was Positive Parenting Solutions. But 80% of children say that they learn their healthy habits from the way that their parents behave, including money habits. So that's kind of where I was going with it. You know, we tend to think about setting up that role model for characteristics or character traits and things like that. But are we doing it for money habits?
I was about to
And
say though,
so,
Mike, I don't mean to cut you off. I was about to say that's not a conversation that I recall having with my parents outside of setting up just a bank account.
right.
I don't recall necessarily having a conversation. My parents sitting me down and been like, "Oh, this is like I don't know about y'all, but I went to elementary school. I went to in PG County, Maryland, Landover. They had the bank come to the school. And we opened this little savings account, Drake, and we had a little bank book or whatever. And then like that was the only time that I ever recall having a financial conversation with my parents talking about of how to manage or budget or do whatever it is with my money. Outside of that, I don't remember having them conversations.
I mean, we do it in
don't.
my house. We do it in my house, and the boys start their little businesses. You know what I'm saying? So Trey got his little lemonade stand, and he basically use it now to make money for himself in the summer so that he can buy himself stuff. And Wyatt got his little, he called Wyatt Wacky
Man, you can't
badges.
see the joint. Wyatt's wacky. Got to put my joint
Wyatt
on.
Wacky badges.
My wacky badge on. This is my badge from Wyatt.
And
Wyatt got a wacky badge.
So my little son, my 5-year-old, he started making badges. You know what I'm saying? And he started selling them, like basically like emoji faces. And so he started selling them and, made his little money. You know what I'm saying? He spent some of it. We put some of it in the account for him. And they both have accounts in their name. And they know that they have money that they can spend and money that goes into their accounts.
See, that's good.
So we did that early on with them. And I credit my wife for that 100%. You know what I'm saying? That was her idea. They showed interest in it and she followed through on it. And so, the idea behind that is one of, you spend what you earn. Yes. And if you ain't earn it, you don't have it to spend. Right. And what happens when it's all gone? Right. So understand all of those pieces of it.
That's a lot of what I want to get into, John. So it sounds like you're already on point. What about you, Donnell? Anything that you're doing specific with your kids or have done?
We talk about, excuse me. We talk about like investments. We talk about the differences between a debit card and a credit card. Good. We talk about savings accounts. We had them like like research what they want their potential careers to be and how much they make. And if you was making that much, like what you can afford, whether it be a car, what I'm saying, what your rent or mortgage is going to be, like have them like map all that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all ever seen the episode? Y'all did like the little Cosby Show joint.
Cosby Show joint, yeah. Regular people.
Was like, I just want to be regular people, man. I don't want to be like y'all, and I should be okay with that. Theo, that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's the joint y'all had down there.
I mean, that's the reality. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Like, you might want labels, you know what I'm saying? Or you might want the nicest car, but can you afford it? And can you afford to be on your own and have labels and have these nice things? You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this right quick, Donnell. When did you start that conversation with your kids? So it was John got younger kids, so we know he's starting to what 5 and 8 when they pretty much started their drinks, John.
Yeah.
So when you started,
5. It was 5 because even Trey started his lemonade stand when he was 4 or 5.
He was 4 or 5.
Okay.
When you start having them conversations with them,
my oldest, we probably started having that conversation with my oldest was in middle school. Okay. So, yeah.
Same
Gotcha.
here. Middle school is when we started. We got the boys' bank accounts. So the credit union that we go to, they have what's called a Fat Cat account. It's for kids, and it's set up so we got them started around middle school age. So it's about that time for my daughter now because she's 11 now, and we probably need to go on and get that set up. We haven't yet, but we didn't have to do as much because their school, they go to a Montessori school, and they really go into a lot of these things that most schools don't for living. And I've been really blessed to have witnessed that. They learn so much that I would have wanted them to know. They're getting it through school.
Gotcha.
And I love that.
So did y'all's parents ever had them conversations with y'all?
Nope. My mama ain't never talk about money. Matter of fact, my mother is so bad with money, I'm surprised she ain't living on the street. And I love my mama. I love my mama, but she ain't good with money. Like
shout out to Princess.
Yeah, she somehow has made it all these years. She made it work, but I didn't learn anything about money from my mother. I take that back. I learned that money is what you make it. That's what I learned from my mother.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
go ahead, Donna.
I was gonna say I learned about money or credit because my grandmother used to talk about my aunt to my mother.
Real talk, huh?
I don't know what's wrong with Erlene, my youngest daughter. Get your sister.
Man, nah.
That's how you learned about it. My bad, Mike. That's how you learned about it, Donnell?
What not to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can dig that.
What you about to say, Mike?
Yeah. So, I learned what not to do from my parents too. My mom, for the most part, because I've always had expensive taste. I've always wanted to spend money, and it was her. She was the exact opposite, and so she would always monitor my spending with lectures. You don't want to spend all your money. You don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You want to have money. You want to do this. You want to do that. So that's kind of how that's how we talked about money. We didn't really talk about credit until I was in high school. Maybe we talked about credit a little bit, but not wholeheartedly. We didn't talk about. Matter of fact, no, we didn't really talk about credit until I was going to college, and she told me not to get a credit card. That was the only real credit talk that we had.
Speaking of credit cards, do any of you all have your kids on any of your credit cards as a
co-signer
as
as an authorized user?
Yeah, of course.
I've been thinking about doing that for my boys. Obviously, I don't ever plan on having them use it, but
yeah.
But it builds their credit, right?
Mm-hmm. It builds their credit, helps their credit out a lot. So that way when they are eligible to get a credit card and whatnot, then they can, or not necessarily a credit card, but when they want to even just get a house for that matter, they can already see that they have a history of good credit based off of whatever John does. Just so long as you don't jack up your kids' credit, though. Right. So that's the thing about it. You got to be, if you good enough to maintain your own credit, pay your bills on time, this, that, and the third, then I think it's a great thing. But you can mess around and jack up your kids' credit that way if you miss payments and so on and so forth.
You're not thrifty with it.
Not necessarily. But I think the good thing is you can remove them from the card. You know what I'm saying? If it gets to that point.
I didn't think of it that way. I wasn't thinking about necessarily removing them off the card if it got to that point. But I mean, it is a good thing to be able to do, though. Nicole's saying, "Do it, John. It's the way to go. It's the way to go."
All right.
Yeah.
You know, they
That's-
daddy got good credit. I done brought my wife credit up. You know what I'm saying? I got hers
I'm
all
about to say,
Uh-oh.
you see John specify. John specified said they daddy got good credit.
I'm moving. I'm bringing everybody up in my family. You know what I'm saying?
So let me hit some of these points, man. So one of the first points that they talked about on that website, or on that site or whatever, positive parenting solutions. I just throw it out there because, like I said, it wasn't my idea. I did get this from somewhere. Use cash. Now, I don't know if this was pre-COVID or not, because a lot of people stopped using cash during COVID because nobody wanted to touch money.
I wasn't using cash prior before COVID.
But they say use cash, because using a card, even though it's convenient, you have to, kind of explain to your children what that swipe is. When you swipe that card down that ass crack of that stripper, where's that money going?
Mike, where you be swiping your card at, Mike? You found
You be doing tip drills. Mike be doing tip drills.
You found that strip club in Baltimore, be getting them crab cakes from the strip club.
Crab cakes.
The
But
tasty
seriously.
cake.
But do your children understand that when you're making a promise to pay something with a credit card, that you're just making a promise to pay that back? That's not really your money. So their take is use cash most of the time, because not only that, but when you run out of money, like, say you have your budget, you're going to the grocery store, you have, $150 to spend for you and your kids at the grocery store for those 2 weeks. You run out of the cash, that's it. They can't go picking up. They can't go picking up this candy and these chips, to throw in the bank, because that wasn't in the budget.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's good to teach kids budgeting via cash anyway, for that reason. Because, like you said, when you're using the card, that money is invisible, and they think it's unlimited. You can't just keep swiping that drink. So if you're using cash, like you said, Mike, once you got whatever in your hand is gone, it's gone. And if you ain't got enough, because you got to factor in tax, you got to factor in all the other fees and stuff that come with purchasing stuff. And online, same thing with online. Same thing with online. I know that's how my wife taught, my daughter, in regards, about budgeting and dealing with buying stuff online.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say was that I have had that conversation with my boys before about the debit card, because they were with me with, that, and letting them know that this is just a link to my bank account. I can't spend more than what I have. I still have to watch what I spend. I still have to budget it out, because I cannot go over. Otherwise, they do hit you with fees.
What about that stash you got, though, Mike?
They take
my
my money.
You got a stash of money from.
I'm laundering my money. I'm laundering my money through John's kids.
Go ahead, give us the lemonade stand, sir.
I got the Wyatt's wacky badges. You gotta get the Wyatt's wacky badges.
That's where I launder my money.
Coach, tell her mother to just write a check. Yeah, just write a check.
Oh man, checks are bad too, man.
Who uses? I seen somebody write a check the other day in the grocery store. I was like thrown, because I was like, yo, what is taking this lady so long? And lo and behold, she was up there writing the check, and I'm going, who still carries around the checkbook?
You gotta know. You gotta know the exact amount. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't had a check on there. I have a checking account, and I have not had checks for that account since pre-COVID. I don't use checks. I don't know, but
I was telling the kid today. I was like, you know what? I even have it set up by my bank account to pay. Like, I don't write checks. I have my bank write checks.
I've done that before.
Cashier's check.
Okay.
No.
You can have a bank send a check, or a check on your behalf, like a regular check.
I didn't know about that. I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's just bill pay. You know what I'm saying? Bill pay in your account.
Okay.
Yeah, Nicole just said bill pay.
Yeah, they literally send
I
a
have
check on
done
your
that.
behalf.
I had to stop
Nah.
doing it though. I had to stop doing the bill pay because you do the bill pay and they end up paying late sometimes because it takes like a lot of time for it to go through, and then they mail the check. Half the time they have to mail the check, and I don't deal with it anymore. Yeah,
It's all about the date you set it up for it to come out your account.
Right. Yeah, it's depending on the date you set it up for. But even that can be thrown off by
So if you don't deal with cash, how do you go see the stripper?
Swipe.
You go see strippers. Well, see, you heard Mike say, what strippers you talk about down there?
So she got a credit card machine, a swipe machine in her butthole.
Nice.
Hey,
these days you got what's that thing called? They put it on your
the tap
on your phone.
I tap that ass.
Y'all are y'all so mannish.
Ain't they chauvinistic pigs?
Hey, right down there.
I didn't say it. That was all Mike.
Them two down there. Them two.
Only
them
Mike
two
said it. I just said that they got the little swipe thing on their phone. You know what I'm saying? You can swipe it on your phone.
Cash
okay.
out.
Mike said he tapped your booty hole and then
with the card.
Me and John Cash Apping and Zellin strippers.
How about what's your cash app?
Exactly.
So
the
next
real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick. So Cash App, they done sent y'all like tax forms. Do you have to claim that on your? Does anybody know if you have to claim that on your tax?
You're supposed to. Anything over $600.
First off, this is a problem with black people. Everybody black like Cash App. I don't use Cash App. I don't use it. I use Zelle or Venmo. Okay.
All of them you gotta do them now. All of them you gotta do them. The whole tax situation.
I haven't got anything through Zelle.
You will. Because all of them, like PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, all of them suppose anything over $600. If you receive over $600 via any of those, what's the names? Then the government want to know about it so they can pretty much declare whether it's income or the government they stick their hand in anything they can if they want, if they can get away with it.
So I want to know, and I don't want to get off topic, so this may be another show, but why is it that black people all use Cash App?
I can't.
And it's not when you go to other complexions, they're not using Cash App. They're using Venmo and Zelle.
Donnell must got an answer.
I got an answer because you don't need a bank account for a Cash App. You get a Cash App card. You get a Cash App card, and all the money can go to that card.
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Okay.
I
use the bank account, so I never knew that.
I knew it, but I ain't think about that. That makes sense. So what you trying to say? Black people don't got bank accounts?
Hey, black people are still stuck on mattress money.
Hey,
we don't trust banks. We don't trust banks.
Older black people don't. They had that, like you said, up under the mattress.
Have y'all ever noticed that Cash App, like back in the day, Cash App used to be instant, like not even instant, but like same day you would get your money.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now it's like 3 days.
Now it's like 3 days before you get your money.
Mm.
I didn't know because I got into it late. I didn't know that it used to be instant.
Well, and people be trying to like, if you send them a Cash App and they be like, I need to get the money out immediately, you need to send me extra. Like, yo, whatever.
Yeah, it's like an extra $5. It's like an extra $5. Yeah, go ahead.
It's a fee. No, I'm just saying, I don't know what the fee was, if it's $5 or not, but I know it's a fee in order for you to get an instant now.
Yep. So you have to wait the 3 days, or you pay, that little bit extra money.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I guess that kind of brings up the next point between the Zelle and the Cash App and all that. But price comparing, that's another thing that you have to model with your kids. We tend to shop in a hurry, and neglect to involve our kids in these decision-making processes. But why not involve them and let them know, that you're looking for the best value for your dollar.
Patience.
Even when it comes to
Let's
toilet
be for
tissue.
real. Let's be for
Go
real.
ahead.
Patience. Because a lot of people, I say myself included, when I'm in the store and I'm shopping, I don't want to hear all the 50 questions. I don't want to hear all my
True.
patience level is let me get what I want to get and get it out. I'm not a shopper like that anyway. When I go in the store, I like to get what I want to get. If I see something on the way out, I grab it and I'm out the door. I don't like to be in the store all day, all night, trying to fit my. And that's, I think, back to parenting. That's trauma from my mama. My mother used to be in the store all day and come out the store with nothing.
Trauma from my mom.
Be in the store all day, come out with nothing. So my thing is, I want to get in and get out. And so, I mean, to your point, Mike, we should be involving our kids in, the thought process behind buying stuff. But patience,
Yeah.
I'm saying for me, it's patience.
Okay. So I'm the type of dude, if I'm spending, let's say, over $100, I shop. I go from store to store. And what I normally do is I find something I like and then I try to beat it. Like I'll find it, something I like. I'll see what the price is. Then I'll go to other stores looking for something that's of the same quality, but that I could get cheaper. Because I know that I have that first thing, that I could go back and get. But I'm trying to beat that price. I'm trying to, match the quality and beat that price.
So
and
they
I'll
got
go
apps for
to
that now,
several
right?
stores. Do they?
Yeah,
man.
they got apps for that.
every damn
You can,
thing.
all you got to
Yeah,
do,
app for everything.
especially if you're an online shopper. If you're an online shopper, yeah. If you like Rakuten, what's the other one? It's like Pop something. Well, literally, if you go to and put something in your cart, or you go to, it'll scan and it'll say, "Hey, such and such has this for cheaper." If if you could find it cheaper, there's apps for that. So you ain't even gotta go store to store. Save your gas money, Mike.
That's good. Yeah, that's good to know. I'm gonna have to get up on that. But that's the price comparing part. You want to involve your kids in the price comparing, letting them know the value of the money and wanting to get the most for your money. Another thing is, and they kind of put this in here. I don't know how much I agree with it. I mean, let me take this back. I agree with it, but I don't know if this is necessarily a financial role model thing. They said spend time, not money. A lot of parents don't have the time that they want with their kids, and they try to compensate by buying them things.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives the kids a false sense of the financial standing. It gives them a false sense of money. And don't underestimate the time that you spend with your kids. The time is going to be better than spending money on it.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I think that the time that we spend with our kids that's where we are. That's where we're imprinting all of the things that are important to us onto them, right? Like, you can put them in front of a device, you can let them watch TV all the time, you can do all those things, but when you take the time to spend time with them and talk to them about the things that are important to you as a parent, then they start to understand and develop their own level of importance for things as well, right? Like, I don't ever want my children to feel like they need to keep up with somebody else in terms of what they do, what they have. You know what I'm saying? I need them to be happy with what they have and who they are, so that whenever they're moving, whatever they're doing, right? Moving, whether it's going to college, whether it's buying clothes, whether it's buying a house, whatever it is, they're not doing it to keep up with somebody else. They're doing it because it's within their means to do. So,
yeah, I definitely agree. My wife and I had this conversation the other day about things versus time. Because most cases, like my daughter just bought some headphones the other day, right? And she spent her own money to do it, so all that good stuff. So it's her thing. She feels that level of responsibility. I told my wife the other day, I said, "Man, I guarantee you, in 2 months, them headphones she ain't gonna be thinking about them damn headphones." So I say that to say, that, things come and go, but that time that you spent, they'll remember the time more than they'll remember things anyway. So that time you spend educating them
Agreed.
on finances or creating them like the memories or like John said, imparting, that wisdom or that knowledge into them and whatnot. That stuff would be a lot more lasting than the actual things that you actually spend money on.
True that. True that. And so one more point, because I know we wrapping up time here. Allowance. Do you guys do allowance with your kids or not?
I will allow them mother suckers to live in my house. No.
Yeah, I don't
No, I don't do that.
allowance. I don't do allowance because my kids, they made their own money doing their little businesses. You know what I'm saying? So
So you guys did it a different way, and I like that. I like
Make
that.
sure y'all get y'all's white wacky badges. I don't know
That's
how.
right.
You got to ask John. But make sure y'all get y'all's white wacky badges. Shout out to my godson. Go ahead. My bad.
Donnell, you do allowance?
No, my son, my son worked, and you know, fortunately, but unfortunately, my kids, they don't want for nothing, and when they, what I'm saying, when they need something, I make sure they get it. So if they need some spending money, I pull out my singles, like
I never been working the pole.
So
how he jacked up his knee.
they did say to avoid handouts if you can, because giving kids handouts on a frequent basis with no strings attached can come back to haunt you when they're older. It doesn't really give them that sense of responsibility with their money versus allowance. Allowance is like a paycheck. They learn to budget with that allowance. They learn to, that. So instead of giving them just handouts whenever they need it, give them that allowance so they can save for what they want, or they could just pay for it outright. But they're learning the value of that money, just like they will that paycheck when they get a job.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
that was kind of the last point on that.
Nicole said recommend setting up your kids' custodial investment and retirement accounts as well.
College words, huh?
I mean, we got the, what I'm saying, in my house, we got the 529 plan, and they got their own savings accounts. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually thinking about like when we like getting to the point of doing this whole family trust situation. Like I'm trying to, and we didn't talk about this, but this is where the conversation should have gone, is how do we build generational wealth, right? Like, and so setting our kids up so that they have things that they can draw off of in the future. And the way that it manifested itself to me is that you guys, we went to Detroit, you know what I'm saying? We went to Motown. We did a little tour, right? And in that tour, one of the things that they talked about, and I will never forget it.
Yeah.
White wacky badges, white wacky badges.
Right.
He should be in
so
bed.
One of the things they talked about in the during a tour of Motown is how Barry Gordy started Motown from family. He drew from a family account that they had where everybody could borrow money. They could borrow as much as they put in, right? That's how he started Motown. And so I started thinking about that. I was like, man, if I make sure that my boys have accounts, whatever kind of accounts they are, but being very specific about thinking about that in the future, then being able to borrow money out of those accounts to take care of the things that they need is going to be a really important way to help set them up to be able to be successful in the future, not have debt, and be able to do the things that they want to do in a very meaningful way. So,
okay.
But that's a whole nother situation or conversation that you actually have with them, that letting them know that's what you're setting them up for. So that way, when they turn 18, 21, 25, whatever age they are, when they're fully, considered adults, they know that, thanks mom, thanks dad for setting this up. Me and my brother, me and my sister, me and my whoever, got this to work with, like a Barry Gordy situation, or, and I like you said, John, I think that's a whole nother conversation. We ain't got much time tonight, but that's a conversation that we should have as African Americans, parents, or and just in general, because we typically don't have those conversations with our kids, which I think is what Mike was originally getting to. That we don't have these conversations, and our kids are out there flying by the seat of their pants, or we're
What is my
expecting
wife
school.
talking about? What my wife talking about? Lies. It's like she just come in here with nonsense.
She watching the rerun. She watching it from the beginning when you said that she but we rely on school. I'm about to set John up. When we rely on schools and the streets and so on and so forth to teach our kids a lot of stuff that we don't teach them, themselves. That's why I asked the question earlier. When did y'all start having those conversations? Donnell and John and whatnot. With y'all's kids, because people should have these conversations. And did y'all's parents have those conversations with y'all? Which I'm pretty sure all of us said that we didn't have those conversations with our parents. So now we're taking from what we learned or didn't learn from our parents, and now we're trying to apply it to our own kids.
Right. Well, that's that.
So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all know what it is. Kids topic. Kids and finances tonight with the topic. Y'all had those conversations with y'all kids. Thanks for Mike. Mike, what was the name of that site you found your research on? Talk about SAT.
Positive Parenting Solutions.
Positive
Parenting Solutions.
Y'all check out Positive Parenting Solutions for some more information on helping your kids become financially literate, or even yourself for that matter. And just tapping into that for your kids. But again, we appreciate y'all for RATV. Y'all make sure y'all tune into RATV each and every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time, because that's what Millionaire Man Cave comes on. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in. But until next time, we out. Peace.
Peace.